Welcome to Dorman Products installation video for our loaded knuckle. This time-saving assembly was designed to simplify the process of replacing a rear wheel bearing on many Subaru vehicles and includes the hard-to-find control arm bolt that often seizes in place. We're installing this loaded knuckle on a 2008 Forester with rear disc brakes. The procedure will be essentially the same, but may vary slightly for vehicles equipped with rear drum brakes. This installation is considered medium difficulty and may take an hour and a half per side to perform. With the vehicle securely lifted, use penetrating solvent to thoroughly soak all the hardware that will be removed. Separate the rear brake hardware from the knuckle assembly. The long lower bolt that secures the two control arms to the hub assembly often seizes in place. In this case, it may be necessary to remove the hub assembly from the vehicle with the control arms still attached, and then remove the bolt on a workbench. To disconnect the control arms at the subframe, remove the bolts securing them at their brackets. You only need to perform this step if the through bolt on the knuckle is seized. Remove the bolt connecting the trailing arm to the suspension knuckle. Then disconnect and remove the wheel speed sensor from the knuckle. Release the metal clip securing the parking brake cable, then pull the cable through the backing plate. Pull the trailing arm from the knuckle. Then remove the bolt securing the sway bar link. Pry the axle shaft from the output flange on the differential housing. Then remove the strut mounting bolts and withdraw the strut from the knuckle. Pull the suspension knuckle assembly out of the car and move it to a workbench for disassembly. If the control arm through bolt is badly seized, the head of the bolt may need to be cut off, as with our vehicle. This operation will not be necessary, however, if the bolt is free and can be removed with wrenches or while on the vehicle. Begin reassembly by attaching the new loaded knuckle to the strut. Then insert the drive shaft into the differential. If you remove the control arms, reattach the front arm to the subframe before proceeding. This will allow the mounting bolt to be inserted before the axle is raised into place. Slide the axle into the wheel hub on the new loaded knuckle assembly. If you remove the control arms, you can reinstall the rearward arm now. Apply anti-seize compound to the axle shaft and install the new axle nut, leaving it hand-tightened at the moment. Apply anti-seize compound to the lower control arm cam bolts and the control arm through bolt. Insert the through bolt from the back, running it through the rear control arm first, then the knuckle and the forward control arm. Pass the parking brake cable through the backing plate and insert the wheel speed sensor in the suspension knuckle before installing the new washer and nut included with the kit. Install the lower strut mounting bolt and nut and then compress the suspension to its normal resting height to tighten all hardware. It's critical that the suspension hardware is tightened only at its neutral ride position to prevent damage to the bushings. Tighten the control arm through bolt to factory specs. The inner control arm bolts are eccentric, allowing for camber and toe adjustment. To tighten the control arms, hold the bolts in place and turn the nuts to tighten. The suspension will need to be properly aligned once reassembly is complete. Reattach the sway bar link to the knuckle assembly, tightening to factory specs. Reattach the trailing arm and torque to spec. Torque the wheel nut to spec and stake it to lock it in place. Reinstall the rest of the components in the reverse order they were removed. When the vehicle is completely reassembled, perform a full suspension alignment. If at any point you have issues, the Dorman technical support team is standing by to help.